What's up, people? Men, women. So I went to the store just now. I was uh in the gas station. What the fuck am I doing? Man, just take a picture. My bad. But I went to the store just now and I was at the gas station and I seen a fella that I used to work with in the gas station. Let me clear up one thing. This is not herpes, motherfuckers. I punched somebody in the face and I bit my lip at the same time, and it went straight through. You can see the scar on the other side right there. I bit down on it. I don't know why I always do that shit when I hit somebody. But this time it cost me. I was bleeding like a motherfucker. I couldn't even understand it. Because when I first threw the punch and I hit him, he went down. And I bit my lip at the same time. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker didn't even hit me. So that's what that is on my lip. So, but the point is, moral to the story is, I went to the gas station. And I was talking to this fellow that I used to work with. And he asked me, he's like, I ain't see you in a while, man. You just disappeared. So I don't work there anymore. You know? And we started talking a little bit. And when I gave him the the let's say professional reasons as to why I don't work there anymore, he made the comment that, man, you got to be stronger than that, you know, because basically I said like I didn't like the work, I thought it was kind of demeaning. It's not something I want to do. It's not my environment, you know, and I think because of the fact that that place, which I'm not going to ever mention the name of it ever again, you know, I would rather go down on my grandma before I let that name of that place come out of my mouth. It's okay. So I told him that the reason I don't work there no more anymore is because I gave him my reasons. I didn't go too deep. I didn't go all in on it. I didn't really want to talk to him because he works there, and my whole thing is fuck everybody that works there. But so you got to be stronger than that. And I thought about that for a split second. I was gonna lay it on him, but I'm like, people always assume that because that place is synonymous with like really hard work, and it chews people up, spits them out, that they must be weak. That's the only implication I can get from that comment, that you had to be stronger than that. But without him knowing any damn thing about me, I don't know what I've gone through and the things that I've gone through. The average person can't. It's real simple, you know. But the fact that I don't work there no more, I guess that represents a sign of weakness because he still does or they still do. All right. But my thing is, when you're in an environment that you are unhappy with, whether it be your relationship at home or the type of work you do, if you don't change it, you're the weak one. If I'm uncomfortable with something about my life, especially that takes that much time, energy, effort, whatever have you, and put myself at risk, and if I'm not not I didn't say completely happy because no one's gonna be completely happy. It's always gonna be some component of it that keeps it from being euphoric. There's people that own businesses and they hate what they do, but it works for them. So you're probably never going to be 100% happy with anything. Very few people are. But even if it's a relationship, if you're in a foul relationship, I don't care how much you love somebody, you can change that. Now, certain things you can't change. You can't change your kids. You might, have issues with your kids. Your kids might date outside the race. You might have a problem with that. Your kids might be smoking dope. You might have a problem with that. Your kids might be, I don't know, assholes, you know. But you can't change that because those are your children, and the only way to change it is to kill them. But obviously, that's probably not a. Anyway, you get my point. The point is, when I'm talking to this fella, it dawned on me that when he made the statement, I didn't really have too much in response to say to it as far as weakness or strength or lack thereof, because I've seen a bigger picture. And as far as I'm concerned, like I said earlier, if you have something that you can change in your life, you change that shit. As simple as that. I wasn't comfortable there. I didn't like it. So now it's going to be difficult. There's going to be challenges because when you don't have a paycheck coming in, you have to hurry up and get hired quickly. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you start taking on water. So, and that's fine because on the flip side of it, you're going to be proud of yourself. You're going to say, I didn't bitch up and just say, okay, well, I'm just going to stay here anyway because it's a paycheck, even though you hate it. It takes way too much time. You figure you work 8, 10 hours, 12 hours sometimes. Sometimes you get called in on days where you have other shit to do. Let's say on Saturday, they'll tell you on Friday you got to work Saturday when you thought you was gonna have the weekend off. So, and then you figure commute time, and then when you get home, you got three things to do. You got to eat, you have to shower, and you have to sleep. So when you sleep, you go to bed at night from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock. All right? Or 9 to 5 in the morning or whatever have you. When you laying in that bed and you sleep, you don't remember a damn thing from those hours that you were asleep, obviously, because you're unconscious. Okay? Then you have to eat. That takes another, I don't know, let's say that whole process of eating, preparing your food, digesting, about an hour. So that's another hour gone. And you have to eat so that you can have the energy to go to work tomorrow. Because that's food is fuel for your body. We know that. Okay? Then you also have to do the things that you need to get done in your personal life. You got to mow the lawn. You got to shovel snow. You know, you got to get the car, the oil change. So you figure you got to hurry up and do these things so you can hurry up and get to sleep so you can go to work tomorrow. So everything centers around your place of employment. Now, can you imagine doing that shit for years and you hate the job? That's a coward. As far as I'm concerned, that's a weak motherfucker. Because if you dislike, and I would say 25% of what you're doing, you probably should consider changing that shit. Because eventually, you're gonna wake up 3, 4, 5 years later, you're still gonna be living paycheck. You know what I mean? Even if you do want to get a new vehicle, it's gonna be a new used vehicle. It's gonna be new to you, but it's gonna be used, pre-owned, whatever. And you're gonna still find yourself having the same problems year after year because you refuse to change something that you just weren't comfortable with. So, you know, I don't see it as a sign of weakness at all for people who have children, because you have to make sacrifices, especially small children. You have to make sacrifices for them. That's why I'm an advocate of people waiting until they get their shit together before they have children, because your baby shouldn't have to wait on you to get paid for you to go food shopping. As simple as that. You know, don't have children just because your dick was hard, and you know what I mean. You wanted to have sex with this chick, and you got promised that things will be better when the baby got here, because it doesn't work like that. You know, So I don't, like I said, on that aspect, I don't see it as being a sign of weakness. But if you're a single dude like me and you don't have any children, and yet you sitting up in some bullshit factory that you hate, doing work that you hate, and you still stay there, not feeling that at all. So I decided to change it, and I left. And I said last Saturday, either Saturday or Sunday, I made up my mind that I wasn't even gonna. Oh, it was Sunday night. It was Sunday night. I decided I wasn't gonna go back. Fuck them. And now, after I get hired, I got an interview on Friday. Today is Wednesday. I got an interview on Friday, so I should be fine. And that just goes along with what I was saying about being on the flip side. Of course, there's uncertainties. You don't know, man. You like shit. I gotta get this money. I gotta get back to work. But on the flip side of it, a couple of months from now, them same motherfuckers in there thinking that just because they survived another week or month or another year, feel like that's a sign of strength, but they really don't like it. Motherfucker, you the weak one. But that's my little rant for today. Take from it what you will. Hopefully it made sense to you. If not, that's because you fucked up and you work at a job you hate and it applies to you in that aspect, and you're too bitch made to do something about it because you're afraid. But if you have a positive comment, go ahead and leave it, and I certainly will hope the best for you. But the haters, fuck them. Peace.